Well, with the aluminum, one of the things that, depending on what your aluminum to hydroxide, how the ratios, it's not just the ratios, it's the actually amounts, you'll form different solids over time. So you'll either, you can actually form a pseudo-bonite versus a bonite. So you'll see the same thing just based on doses as well. And so I think what happens with the chlorine is, you're oxidizing so much faster, you can form a different phase.
Yeah. So,
But
obviously I think about this because of the ferry. Yeah, that's another strong oxidant.
It's part of the same, the pictures that Key showed.
Yeah.
Showing
Yeah.
tremendously different precipitates formed with very, very small differences
In the
It's actually, the pictures actually made me think of it, because I could pull up one of the bottle with different ions and precipitates in it, and sitting next to a hand pump in Canada. It's so dramatic, it's phenomenal.
So I think we're just about reached the end. Supposed to wrap up. I don't know exactly how to wrap this up. Just to say that I saw a lot of really, really great chemistry and microbiology and engineering, and I'm just really excited about some of these technologies. And I suppose my job, part of my job, is just to make sure we continue to think about application and which types, how many, the general question, which is so difficult to answer. How many small systems might potentially take advantage of these technologies? Not to mention how we would get them to learn about them and get it and sell the idea, but who would do it? And also making and I see we're doing this already, making the economic comparison. And it's something that oftentimes we see the technologies, we see the promise, and sometimes doing the economic analysis early as you can helps drive the direction you're going to. And so I'm glad to see that we're looking at all that. So I guess if there aren't any other comments or questions, I think Des is going to talk to us a little bit about the lab tour and travel to campus. But I also want to, I know we're not at the end because we have tomorrow morning, but I want to thank Des and the rest of the group from UT for hosting us. Great job. Love the barbecue.
So everybody for attending today.
Is everybody going down to UT main campus? Everybody not going? Okay, so we need to organize, Lynn's not going, okay, we need to organize rides. And then also want to make sure that we all get back for dinner. And since we're all together most easily here, I'm going to talk about dinner first, and then we'll dinner is at a place called North by Northwest. It's a local brewery and eating establishment. There is more than one of these. We're going to the one that's near here, which is on Stone Lake Drive, which is actually pretty close to here, even though we have to go all around the Mulberry Bush to drive there, but we're not coming from here, so that's not a problem. So anyway, drivers, make sure you get yourself, supposedly at 6:30, or it could be earlier, to North by Northwest on Stone Lake. There's also one on Slaughter Lane, which is, on the south side of town, which we don't want to be at. And we have actually arranged to have a separate room for this group to be back there, so we will have it, which I didn't learn until the very end of the process of setting that up, that the cost of having a separate room is that you have a limited menu. Don't ask me why, it's not like, but anyway, that's it. But they make their own beer there, good stuff, lots of different styles. So that's at 6:30 there. So, how many people are both going down there and coming back who are drivers? How many cars do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and these 9. That's too many.
So we don't need that.
So we don't need that many. So,
how many do we need?
how many of us are there? There are 3, 6, 8.
Well, if you don't need everybody, maybe I won't go. Well, I mean,
You lived in the lab for several years. You don't need to go.
I don't really need to go. Well, there's probably different bottles there now. Somebody will have broken those.
Probably still samples there.
What you're really worried about is what I always worried about at Hopkins. people coming through 15 years later and seeing these things with my initials on them still there.